Okay, Starcade Media here, live in Fort Lauderdale from Pier 66. It's SFC The Catch, powered by Verizon. I memorized all that, Vernon Davis. Keep that in mind for your next film. If you saw any chops there, I don't know if you saw anything out of that could help.
I saw it. I saw some good stuff there, man. You really got the technique down.
Well, I appreciate it. It's great to have you here. Great to have you here at this event. And how important is it for you to be able to come to things like this, unwind, catch up with some current and former NFL talent such as yourself, and just kind of cut loose and take to the high seas, man?
Yeah. This is great, man. It's one thing to go out in the ocean and bring in reeling some fish, and another thing to catch up with guys you haven't seen in a long time. So that's always a great thing for sure.
I know you're here a couple of years ago down in Miami. Now it's here in Fort Lauderdale, beautiful Pier 66. Just what brought you back to SFC?
Yeah, so I've always, I'm a big fan of SFC, especially The Catch. And I think my first time here, I fell in love. I said, I'm going to come to every last event they have. Like anytime this is going on, I'm going to be there. I'm going to make sure I'm there. And that's why it was important that I showed up today.
Well, it's great to have you. It's going to be a tremendous event. And I hope everyone follows at Sport Fishing Championship. You can catch up with it all week. But I want to talk a little bit about acting, because you've done some things. You've kind of ingratiated yourself a bit to the horror community with some of the projects you've done, like Please Don't Feed the Children, which is really good. So, but if you could be in one, like a classic horror, or like a reboot, what would you choose? Like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, anything like that stand out that you're like, oh, I would jump on that? Halloween. Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
I would love that. I would love that. Jason and Freddy was one of my favorites. Yeah, classic, favorite all time.
You getting killed, or are you like vanquishing Freddy or Jason at the end?
I wouldn't want to get killed. I died a lot in films. I'm tired of that man playing the dead guy, but I want to keep myself alive, man. Keep myself alive. I would maybe do a Jason film, and I would make it maybe in Rome or something.
Oh yeah,
maybe
he's done Manhattan. So if we could get him out of
go to like Rome, go to Spain, Rome, somewhere like maybe he's in like what a good one. If he's like in Mykonos.
I was gonna say Moscow, but yeah,
you open up the film with him on this like boat on this ship, like shipping containers or something. And he's going over to Mykonos on the island from Athens, right? And he's just like, what the hell is that? You look back, it's Jason. We don't see him, but also he just killing everybody.
I've done everything I can do over in the United States. Let's take the terror elsewhere.
Yeah.
But what are your goals in acting? Obviously, you've been in the horror kind of realm. Do you want to branch out? Do you want to start doing bigger roles like a Denzel Washington, a Christian Bale, and especially just kind of the expanded roles that they have, whether they're dropping weight, gaining weight, and just playing all sorts of different parts and to do different things and makeup and
every part. I can play any part. Like once you learn the craft and you figure out the technique of acting, and you learn the process. The process is being able to break down the script, come up with the backstory, understand the character. If you have like a month or 2 months, imagine you're spending time with this character, right? So the film that I have with Morgan Freeman, I play a serial killer. It's called The Ritual Killer.
Yeah.
And I spent so much time with this character, developing him. And it felt so good to be that character.
Hopefully not that good. We're running out of time here.
No, it did. No, you're so funny. But no, it did. It felt good. It felt good every time. And when I become that character, whenever I put the clothes on, like the shirt,
that's awesome,
and the pants, I can really feel the presence of that character. It's interesting the way that works.
Did you get to hang out with Cole Hauser much on that? I'm
a
huge
fan
of Cole. I love Yellowstone, and obviously Rip. I mean, just iconic. But
he's a good guy. Great
one
guy.
of the best of all. But I think I saw you'd listed like Sidney Poitier and Denzel as two of your biggest acting influences. Why is that, and what are maybe some others?
Well, I like Sidney Poitier because of whatever he was just. He
groundbreaking.
He was groundbreaking. He was amazing, man. Like watching him perform was like next level. I'm sure he paved the way for some of the guys that we see now, right?
Yeah.
Some of the guys who are doing really well. But Denzel is just Denzel. His approach to the craft. I mean, you got to see some of these guys. Working with Morgan. Like his approach, you see why he is who he is. Like At 80 something years old, he was the first one on set, the last one to leave. And then he was asking questions. He was like, okay, why should this be this way, this way? And I remember George Gallo saying, which is the director, he was saying the movie, he said, you know, a lot of things in movies don't make sense, Morgan. He said, okay. Okay, I was just asking the question. I was like,
Fair
I
enough.
was like, oh wow, this is interesting. This is crazy.
How much, I'm sure Morgan Freeman's one you looked up to as well. Like, how much do you, when you get on set, you're like, okay, he's a coworker, but I'm also like a huge fan of his and I want to pick his brain about acting. How much do you do that?
Yeah, well, I was nervous. I was shaking. I was like, this is like my granddad and I used to watch this guy.
Yeah.
We sit at the foot of the bed drinking 2-liter sodas and just watching this guy, you know.
Oh.
And now I'm here on set working with him. So yeah, I did ask him questions. I wanted to pick his brain and see what his thought process was behind the craft. But yeah, that was truly an experience.
We have a current NFL tight end making his transition to acting, which is Travis Kelce. We're from Kansas City, covering the Chiefs. What have you seen from Travis? Because he did that Grotesquerie show where he was kind of an oddball character as well. So maybe he's kind of following in your footsteps here.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think I didn't see it, but I heard he did a great job. I think my message to him is just to stay in it, man. Just stay super consistent. You know, but there's a difference between being good and being great. There's a huge difference. And one thing I have learned is that, you know, a lot of time with the acting stuff, you can go a month and a half, 2 months without a job, right? What do you do in that time? For me, I've been working with my acting coach for 5 years consistently every week. So we work every Tuesday and Thursdays, like around the clock, every week. So staying consistent, exercising that muscle, because it's a muscle.
Oh, for
and
sure.
so you want to be, so when you get in front of the camera, you're just ready to go. You can go any direction, doesn't matter. Like I wrote my first film called what's called Silt, SILT, but the lake is Lake Vernon that I created.
Nice, yeah.
And we just finished producing that in Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
Wow, that's going to be awesome.
That's awesome. Do you know any more details about like when it can be out, where we can
Yeah, so
find it?
we're in post-production right now.
Yeah.
Color, sound, design, you know, editing, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, all the fun stuff. We've made a couple small documentaries.
Right.
Here,
Yeah.
so
Oh, nice.
we know a little bit of it, but
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a good friend here at Starcade Media is a former teammate of yours, Sean Merriman.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's tried to get you in the lights out octagon that he has over there in the MMA world, but I think acting's a little safer space for you.
Yeah, it's safer to me. I don't have to worry about injuries and things of that nature.
That's so great.
I can just, you know, continue to use my McCaffrey's Rocky Mountain mustard, you know.
There you go.
I know he's here. We were hoping to really have a big moment. We're like, look, we got it. We got it right here, you know, and still waiting on that. You played with another guy that we're very close to here in Kansas City, which was Alex Smith. He's there. You're a rookie. He's been there 1 year and is trying to turn around the 49er organization. Just talk about like Alex as a person and what it was like kind of working with him and if he helped kind of mentor you into the league. You know?
Yeah.
'Cause he did for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
He didn't have to do that.
Yeah, Alex was great. He's one of the toughest guys I ever met. I watched him.
Wow.
I watched when he
leg injury.
I watched when he had a concussion and then he lost his position to Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
He just stood there, even in Super Bowl 47. He just stood on that sideline just watching with true class, man. And for him to go from there to what he's been able to do in his career is truly inspirational. You know, and then after the game, struggling with the different elements of his kids.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just he's remarkable.
Absolutely. And kind of talk about the 2 Super Bowls he played in. I know Niners, Ravens, 6 for 104, and then Super Bowl 50 with the Broncos. You get the win, beat the Panthers, played with the great, 2 greats, Demaryius Thomas there, but you also played with Larry Allen and the Niners, 2 that we've lost far too soon.
Yeah, I did. Larry Allen was amazing. I remember the first day I saw Larry Allen, he came walking in the team meeting room with a jersey on, a basketball jersey with those big old massive arms. And this rookie was sitting in his seat. He looked down, he said, "Get out of my seat. Get up out of my seat, Rook." And he worked this guy. He said, "Yeah, no problem, man. No problem."
Smart decision.
Yeah.
Rookies
Yeah,
going places.
yeah, he's a good, great guy.
Vernon, we can't wait to continue to monitor the career. I can't wait to see. Is it going to be called Silt, or is that like a working
Silt,
title? It's going to be called
yeah,
Silt.
Okay.
Can't wait for that to come to fruition, man. I know what a labor of love. That's a cliche, but it's true. It's like watching a child grow in a way to see it come to fruition. And I hope you have the best of luck out there. My money's on you, man. On the,
Thank you, man.
I heard the catch.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to reel in?
Yeah, man. We're going to reel them in.
All of them. All
reel
the big
them in.
ones.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Vernon Davis, thank you so much, my friend.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You were
guys.
aptly named here in Kansas City. You guys played here in like 06. You were called by our radio announcers. If you want to steal this, okay, you were called the Robo Stud.
The Robo Stud.
Mitch Holtis, who's still the Chiefs play-by-play man.
Never heard that
So
one.
Vernon Davis, the rookie Robo Stud.
The Robo Stud.
It's yours. Thank you so much, Vernon.
Oh,
Best of
man.
luck out there on the open
Create a
waters.
character off the Robo